Hey everyone, and welcome to my Thor Love and Thunder review. This movie is a little bit hard to talk about because I want to say I like it, and at the same time I want to say it's fine. I'm somewhere in between. I walked out of the theater very confused, so I think I'll just get right into it. So, starting with Thor, and really this applies to all the characters, there's too many jokes. A lot of people have said this, and they're right. It really does just take away from the seriousness of the story, considering that the main villain is someone that kills gods. And there's like the screaming goat thing, which you already seen. And then there's this weird joke where he's like reuniting with his old hammer, right? So his axe is jealous for some reason.
Must be hard for you to see your ex-girlfriend and your ex-hammer hanging out and getting on so well. What you up to, bro?
Talk to Daddy.
No need.
Hey, there you are. Hey, I was just calling you.
Which makes no sense because the weapons were never shown to have a consciousness. So it is very strange and confusing. So, yeah. But Thor, Chris Hemsworth has always done a good job as Thor. He's done his best. It's always been something that's not his fault that causes his character to be too boring or too extra or whatever. But, yeah, I still liked Thor. But the jokes were annoying, and that really just does apply to everybody. Oh boy, okay. This is my first time talking about Jane Foster, aka Natalie Portman, on this channel. And get ready, I don't think Natalie Portman is a good actress. I'm sure she has a few good roles like that film. I think it was called Black Swan. I haven't seen it. But yeah, I'm sure she has some good roles here and there. But for the most part, I really don't think she's a good actress. And it shows in this movie. She just doesn't look comfortable. Like, whenever she's fighting, she's confident, and it's cool, right? Like, she knows what she's doing, I guess. She looks fine. And then whenever dialogue shows up, she's just uncomfortable. And maybe that was intentional because of the whole cancer thing, which, yeah, I'm glad they adapted that from the comics. I'm glad that they made it because of cancer, although cancer obviously is a very sad subject. But she just doesn't look comfortable. Like, not just the character, like Natalie Portman herself does just not look comfortable acting in this film whenever she has to talk. It's weird. So then there's Gore the God Butcher, who is undeniably the best character in this movie, and that's because he doesn't make any jokes. He is very serious, and probably one of the best scenes in the movie is when he gags all the main characters so they can't quip and make jokes. So there's no jokes in that whole scene because they can't talk, and it's amazing. You just get to see the seriousness of this character. Christian Bale, obviously doing an amazing job. I mean, it's Christian Bale. What do you expect? But, yeah, although it is kind of unfortunate that we only get to see him kill one god in the whole movie, which is a little bit silly. And yeah, it's just weird. It makes no sense. I mean, like, for a minute there, for a little while in the movie, they make you think that Thor and Gore killed the same amount of gods. Obviously, Thor did not kill the person who will remain unnamed, because even though this is a spoiler review, I'm trying to keep it spoiler-free as much as I can. But, yeah, it's just weird. And it's at the very, very beginning, which I guess makes sense. I mean, like, if they're going to establish him as Gore the God Butcher, the first god he kills should be right after he turns evil. But, yeah, it's just weird. They should have shown him killing more gods. We see bodies, but nothing else. And we see, like, what he did to Sif, which, by the way, great to see her back. Even though she wasn't all that great in the previous movies. But, yeah. And then there is also, Valkyrie and Korg. Valkyrie, she's as entertaining as she was in the last films, which is to say, she's fine. Tessa Thompson, I really can't speak for her as an actress. I haven't seen her in anything other than the Thor films. So, yeah, but she's fine. Korg is entertaining, as always. But, yeah, he's, again, too heavy on the joke side, and apparently all Cronins are gay, which is new because in Thor Ragnarok he mentions having a mom, but now in this one he says he has 2 dads. It's weird. But, yeah. And, yeah, Korg is entertaining. Taika Waititi, he's a decent actor, but, yeah, this, Korg still wasn't the same. Like, he's way better in Thor Ragnarok, as is everybody. Especially Jane Foster, because she's not in it. Alright, the Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm going to keep this segment brief. I wasn't expecting them to be in most of the movie. Like, I went to see it with someone, and they were like, the Guardians of the Galaxy were barely in this movie. And I was like, yeah, I was expecting that. This is a Thor film, not a Guardians of the Galaxy film. And so many people seem to be disappointed by that. And honestly, the more I think about it, I was expecting it, because, yeah, but what I just said. But Guardians of the Galaxy were very heavily featured in the marketing.
The Guardians.
So it almost feels like false advertising that they showed off the Guardians of the Galaxy so much. I mean, seriously, there were, like, no scenes with the Guardians of the Galaxy in it that weren't shown, in any advertisements. So, it was a little bit strange, but, yeah, I expected it, and, of course, I mean, Chris Pratt was great. Everybody else had, like, 1 line, so I can't really speak, except for Rocket, because I think he had, like, 2 or 3, but still, yeah. Overall, this is going to be a first for the channel, because I seriously can't decide. I'm going to give Thor Love and Thunder a 6.5 out of 10. At first I gave it a 7, and then I had a 6, and I just couldn't decide. I kept going back and forth, so I just decided 6.5. And that's how entertaining it is. If you look at it as a film, 5 out of 10. It's a very mid film. Has its moments, but it's weird. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am looking forward to making more reviews, and I will see you guys later.